Awesome. I see Shraddha has joined us from Mumbai, India, Sulman from Nigeria, Michael from Ghana. I see a lot of new folks have joined in as well. So thank you for joining in. Yes, I think, yeah, we are live on a YouTube channel. Now, let me just quickly go back to the slide and go back to the agenda of today's session. So yeah, so the first and the most important agenda of today's session is about you, getting to know a little bit about you, how we can help you out in your full stack Java developer career better. And the second agenda is today's topic, the full stack Java development, a 2024 blueprint for a recession-proof career here, and how you can basically do that. So we'll be talking more about that. And yeah, we'll be talking about the program. After that, the full stack Java developer master's program by Simplilearn, what exactly this program offers, in which we'll be covering what exactly the learning path of the program looks like in detail, what are the hands-on projects offered in the program, which actually give you that experience to showcase your future employers, and also how exactly this program gets you job ready, sharing with you the learning environment of the program as well. I'll share with you what happens once you take up the program. What is the learning management system which is provided by Simplilearn, how exactly it looks like, how exactly it works quickly. And yeah, and after that, we'll be sharing the learner outcomes of the program. And based on the interest you share towards enrollment, we'll be taking you through the enrollment steps of the program. And yeah, last but not the least, the Q&A. So as I mentioned, the Q&A is towards the end. So all the questions can go towards the Q&A box for us expert speaker. And whenever the speaker gets time during the session, he will try to address your questions. But if not, just have a little patience and keep your questions related to the topic of the session. And we will try to address it towards the end in case if you're not able to, we are not able to address it throughout the session. So thank you so much. Thank you for your understanding in advance. Now moving on to the first agenda, getting to know a little bit about you, as I mentioned, right? So I see a lot of amazing introductions, still coming in on the chat. And a lot of new folks are still joining in. So let's start with the quick poll here. And let's start with the poll which says, how many years of experience do you currently have? I'm launching this poll and you will be able to see it now. For folks who have joined us on Zoom, we'll be able to see it. For folks who are watching us live on our YouTube channel, you can leave a comment on the YouTube live chat box sharing your experience. So there are 4 quick options you can choose from for folks on Zoom. The first one here is less than 2 years. And the second one here is 2 to 5 years. Third one here is 6 to 10 years. And the fourth one here is more than 10 years. I see folks are pretty quick here. Folks have already started responding. That's great. And thank you so much, everyone, for your amazing introductions. So just to also let you know that this session is 60 minutes long, packed with program pedagogy and insights. So stick around till the very end. A lot of new folks who have joined in. I'll share the ground rules of the webinar with you on the chat here. Please go through it in case you have missed that. So that is what we have covered before this. So if you've joined now, it is not late. I'll just share these details in the chat as well. Please have a look at it. Awesome. I see most of you have responded for the poll here. So last 5 seconds for the poll. How many years of experience do you currently have? So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me quickly end the poll and also share the results with you folks here. Let's see what have you voted for. I see 77% of you have less than 2 years of experience, 10% of you have 2 to 5 years of experience, and 6% of you have 6 to 10 years of experience, and another 6% of you have more than 10 years of experience. So thank you so much for that. Thank you for sharing that with us. This definitely gives our expert an understanding of, what kind of crowd with an experience has joined us. Thank you so much. So moving on to our speaker introduction, Akash Kale. Would like to welcome Akash here. Akash here comes with a total of 18 plus years of experience in IT, training as well as development. He has expertise in Java, UI, cloud-related technologies like Core JE, Spring Framework, Spring Boot, HTML5, CSS3, JavaScript, Angular, React, JS, MySQL, Oracle, MongoDB, AWS, Azure, just to name a few of them among a lot of skills. He has basically expertise in, and he has delivered more than 250 plus freshers as well as a later batch in an all IT industry like IBM, TCS, Wipro, Deloitte, Samsung, EY, Infosys, Xavier, and many more like that. But we would love to know a little bit more about Akash from Akash himself. So, Akash, welcome. A very good evening to you. Uh,
Yeah, good. Yeah, good evening. Good evening.
please tell us a little bit more about yourself before we start the session.
Yeah. So, good evening, guys. Good morning. Good evening. Where are you? In different time zone. So, myself is Akash, and I done my post graduation, and after that, I worked 2 years in a Java related technologies in a Bangalore location, and after that, I quit the job. And this training field, I have more than 16 plus. So overall is 18 plus, 2 plus in development, and 16 plus in training field are there. When it comes to the technology wise, I'm very strong with the programming language related technologies. Mainly it will come Java, Python, then C, C++. And nowadays in the market, we are expecting trainer as well as developers full stack. We need the resources full stack, like a Java full stack, main stack, MERN stack, cloud stack, Python stack like that. So I'm very good in a core Java, Java related technology, which come core Java, JW, Spring Framework, Hibernate, Spring, JSF, as well as some databases which will come Oracle, MySQL, MongoDB. When it comes to UI side, HTML5, CSS3, jQuery, React, Node. Plus, I deliver few product also now, which will come IBM related products, MQMB now. Generally, I do more training for corporate batches as well as through different vendor. I deliver a lot of trainings are there now, and I deliver multiple batches for freshers as well as lateral batches. And the main client for me is a IBM, TCS, Wipro, Deloitte, Xavier, and still more now. Yeah, next slide.
Thank you so much, Akash, for your amazing introduction. We have a very interesting, session lined up for you talking about the full stack Java development blueprint for your recession-proof career in 2024. So, starting with what exactly is full stack development here?
Yeah, so when I say the full stack now, because nowadays it was old time, some people are telling I'm only UI designer, or maybe the person doing the testing, or the person doing the programming language, or person doing the designing part. But we want to utilize the resources. In a market, we can't say I'm good in Java, I'm good in Python, I'm good in Angular, I'm good in React. Not like that, no. So the person must be know everything from full back end to front end now. So when I say the front end in simple now, the front end means which we can see, like a simple Gmail page now. Now to create that type of application, we need some technology in a market. So that generally we call the front end technology, which will come HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Angular, React. So here we can see just like you mentioned like a React and Angular, which is using nowadays in a market more now. Then what are the information we fill all this information? We need to interact with the backend technology. So backend technology can be Java, can be Python, can be anything. But right now we're talking about the Java point of view. So one of the famous framework we're using nowadays market called Spring Framework or Spring Boot. Okay. And obviously that we need to connect to the database. Okay. So database means you're storing the data permanently in a file system or database now. So database can be SQL format or no SQL format. So the database can be MySQL or MongoDB, Oracle or any other database. And to develop this one, we need some tools we need to use it now, or some ID we need to use it now. Like if people heard about the Eclipse ID, My Eclipse ID, Visual Studio Code, okay, different IDs are there. So these all things come under the full stack. So front end, back end, database with some tools and technologies. Yeah,
Moving on to the next slide. Yeah.
yeah. Now the big question will come. A lot of people always ask now. There are a lot of languages present in a market. Okay, why you want to learn the Java? So Java is very old technology now. So like AC, you heard about the 70 era C. 80 era C++, 90 era Java, then 2000 .NET. But every language are good now. See, please remember every language are good in their place now. So we can't say always Java is good or Python good now. But the people who are new to the IT industry, we need to start in one of the language. You become strong now. So here we are talking about the Java. Why Java is very good now? So first, Java is open source, freely available now, platform independent, platform independent. Okay, that's we mentioned here now, platform independent, robust performance, high performance compared to the other language, preferable choice for all organization when it comes to the enterprise level applications. Enterprise mainly for banking, Sensex. So there we preferable one of the language Java. Okay, and which is versatility is a lot of performance benefits are there. And when you come to the see, when I say the industry level now, if you take any application which divide into the three category, one is called console based application, which you can run on command prompt. Second is called web application, and third is called device mobile application. So if we see the Java, there are some language only for web application. There are some language for only console based application, and there are some language for only web application. But Java is not like that. Using the Java, if you tell any application, it is all type of application, which can come web, which can come desktop, which can come some device also. So that's the main benefit of mobile app you can develop now. So role in enterprise applications and widely used in everywhere now. Widely we use everywhere. Yeah, next slide. Now the big question will come. Okay, in this full stack, what are things we are going to learn? The big question will come. What are things we are going to learn in this full stack now? So what will happen now when you're going to develop any application? Maybe there's some people who are already doing the graduation or maybe schooling, or some people already finished their graduation, they're working now. While developing the application, we need to follow some set of standard now. SDLC, software development lifecycle. And there are a lot of SDLC methodologies are there now. On top of that, we are using one of the very important agile, this one now. So always we start with the C agile methodologies. This part will come here now. So this is before start your application now. And after that, what happened here now? We will cover the Git now, because the Git will help to store the or share the data between one team to another team now. So one of the subversion tool will cover the Git now. So first we'll go to the agile, then we'll go to the Git now here now. Okay. And after that, see, these are the Git now. When I come to the here, so these all Git, Jenkins, Docker, this all Maven, which will generally call the DevOps tool now. Now, DevOps means development and operation tools are there now. So this will cover few tools we introduce at the initial now, like a Git will introduce initially to share the data. And this will do later on after the some topics we cover now. And then we'll start with the front end side technology. When we come to the front end side, we'll start with the HTML to create the web pages, CSS, Java. We'll do the styling now. Okay. Then JavaScript. JavaScript mainly very important to do validation, or even with the help of Node.js, we can do server-side programming language. So this part is come front-end side technology. HTML, CSS, React, even Angular, JavaScript. Web development will come. Now coming to the programming languages. When I come to the programming language, one of the language we are going to use like a Java. Again, I can't say Java always good. There are different languages also available in the market. But here we're going to do Java. In a Java, what are things we're going to learn now? Core Java, which will come all your OOPS concept, exception handling, multi-threading, collection framework. Okay, this will come core Java. After that, we'll cover the Servlet JSP to create the web application. JDBC is a topic to connect the database. So that database can be MySQL database or Oracle database, that's SQL, or NoSQL database, MongoDB now. And here in the Java, to create the web application, old time we were using what now? Servlet and JSP, but now it is a duplicated. But before starting the Spring framework, we need to at least give the basic idea about the Servlet JSP so the people can understand. So we'll give the idea about the Servlet JSP, and then we'll move to the Spring framework and Spring Boot. So this part will come the backend part. And this is your database part. So database can be SQL, MySQL, or MongoDB. So this is front end. This is your backend part completely, and this is a database part now. And now these are the tools. Once you develop the application front end, back end, we need to deploy this application and we need to build the project. So in a Java, to build the project, there are two famous tools we use. One is called Maven or Gradle. So generic way we use the Maven. Sometimes the client also ask even Gradle also now. Depend upon the client, will change it now. And these are the Jenkins Docker to do the deploy the applications. Once you develop the application, so these are called development phase now. But once you're done, we need to deploy that application. That purpose we are using the Docker, and there is a CI/CD. That's called continuous integration and continuous deployment. And one of the open source we are using Jenkins. And to deploy that application, we are going to use the overview of AWS, Amazon Web Service. So this part front end. Before front end, we'll give the idea about the SDLC, Agile, and Git. And this is a front end. This is a backend part, backend technologies. This is the databases. This help to deploy the application, and this is your cloud now. Okay, yeah. Next slide. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Akash, thank you so much for taking us through the full stack Java developer, like path here. Also talking about the career progression here. Meanwhile, we're talking about a lot of things. Why not also show them, what are the exact job available in the market right now? What is the demand? So let me quickly uh, go back and open. I know a lot of you have joined from different parts of the world, but I'll try to show you as much as possible for a few regions. So let me open dice.com, and this mostly has jobs located globally, like mostly in the US. So let me just search for a full stack Java job here, and let's see how many jobs are available as of today. So yeah, as we can see, there are almost 10,000 plus jobs available for full stack Java. You can see the companies which are hiring here, the full stack Java developer role, senior engineer full stack Java, and yeah, like a lot of companies, a lot of roles are open here, depending again on the kind of experience you have. If you're a fresher, if you're an experienced professional. Yeah. So just showing you an example of the amount of jobs which are available currently for full stack Java developer. Also, let me show you for the Indian region as well. So I'll try to cover as many as possible, so you get an idea what exactly is the current requirement in the market. And yeah, as we can see, this is the Naukri.com for Indian region. And you can see there are almost 31,000 jobs, 31,000 plus jobs available here for full stack Java. So you can see full stack Java developer, the companies which are hiring here. And yeah, I'm just going to scroll through it from intern to a fresher to an experienced person. Like all kinds of roles are available here. So yeah, senior full stack Java developer, Java React and React.js. So yeah, this was just to give you a quick example of what's happening in the market right now as we're talking about it. So Akash, like, can you shed some light on what are these what is the career progression which happens in full stack Java development, like starting from entry level to mid level to progressing to senior level?
Yeah. So let's see, when you come to the entry level, because I already told there are Java is we are using in all domains of them, which I told already, console-based application, web application, and device-based applications are there. So once what happen now, if you are pass out, your campus selections are there, or you are doing the graduation, if the people will hire for you, or if you after done the course, you are like a consider like a entry level jobs or junior Java developers are there. So the person need the core Java knowledge, okay, and overview of some web technologies are there now. So that person consider like a junior full stack developers are there now. Okay, so overview of front end side technology and the back end technologies are there now. Then when you come to the middle level now, at least the person we need minimum 3 to 5 years of experience now, because we need the expertise completely in a Java. All the stuffs are like a Java 8, Java 11 features are there now. Then coming to the Spring Boot, we need to understand the complete Spring Boot flavors or all these things are there now. So then it's become a full stack developer are there now. So this is the initial level I can say, which will come Java web application, basic knowledge about the web applications. And after that, once you cross like a, this is mainly come to the 3 to 5 years of experience of them. So then once you move to the 7 to 8 years now, so there we can apply for senior levels of them. So that time, see nowadays what is happening now here. I'll repeat once again here now. We can't say always Java is good now. There are other languages also available in market. So what is happening now? Once you cross this here now, so that time we'll understand what are other UI technology also you're using now. Maybe you're using React, Angular. So when I say React is good or Angular is good, it is not. When I say Java is good or .NET, both are good in their place now. but what type of application developing? What is the client requirement? So sometimes if I write the code in a Python is good. Sometimes the same code if I write in Java is good. So that time when I coming to here now, advanced technical roles are there. No? So that time we are expecting the people must be DevOps engineers. Okay, so the person know all the technologies of the DevOps now, where Docker will come, Kubernetes will come, Maven, Git, all these things are now, and technical architect. So when you come to this level, that time you need to guide those all the people who are working under you now. So this time this technology is good now because in Java or nowadays in web application we heard about a lot of people who are working web service. When I say the web service, giving the service for web application when the two application develop using different technologies. So like I take one real-time example, HSBC and SBI, they want to communicate with each others. So when HSBC is developed using Java technology and SBI developed using .NET technology, we have to communicate this now. So we need the web service concepts of them. So that time here we come here now, the person must be architect. So here we can give them idea which technology or which one would not. So when you come to their project managers, scrum masters, so we are going what happened now, the completely agile now. So these are come agile related technologies are them. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Akash, for taking us through the career progression for a full stack Java developer. And also, we actually have already started getting a lot of questions in the Q&A box, and Akash has already started addressing them. So please do let us know for folks who have already, left a question and has gotten an answer from Akash. Please let us know if you have any follow-up questions. So please do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also I think I've already shown you, the companies. There are thousands of companies which are hiring for the full stack Java developer role. But what are the top companies which are hiring for, full stack Java developers in these areas, which we have talked about? So Amazon, Microsoft, CGI, Pearson, Wells Fargo, KPMG, IBM, Salesforce, Accenture, being, very few of them among hundreds of them. So yeah, so moving on to the next slide. So now that we have talked about the full stack Java developer career here, we'll be talking more about it further. But before that, you are here because you are interested, you're curious about, becoming a full stack developer. So we would love to know what exactly is stopping you from becoming one here. So I'm just quickly launching a poll. This one is a multiple choice poll. So you can select multiple options here because there can be multiple concerns, right, when it comes to pursuing a career like full stack Java developer. I'll just read out these options for you. For folks who are watching us on Zoom, can go and immediately vote it on the poll. You can select multiple options and submit it as your concerns. And folks who are watching us live on a YouTube channel, you can just drop in a comment on the YouTube live chat box and we will look into it as a concern as well. So yeah, I'll just read out these options. I see most of you have already started voting. That's great. But I'll give like 10-15 seconds more for others. So the first one here is I can't find a program with a fully comprehensive curriculum. And the second one, I don't have the practical exposure I need to become job ready. And the third one, I find it difficult to learn from pre-recorded videos. And the fourth one, my work schedule won't allow me enough time for learning. So yeah. Again, like if these are not your concerns, the Q&A box is open for you. You can drop us your questions there. I see already a lot of interesting questions have started coming in. Just make sure to stick to the topic while you're putting down your questions there. And our expert Akash is trying to address your questions, whenever he's getting the time in between. If not, we'll try to address it towards the end. So yeah. Great. I see a lot of questions coming on the chat as well. Please make sure to move them to the Q&A. It will be very helpful for our expert to, answer them in the Q&A box. So yeah. Awesome. Last 5 seconds for the poll here. What's stopping you from becoming a full stack developer? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me quickly end the poll and also share the results with you folks and our expert Akash here. Let's see. So 70% of you have voted for I don't have the practical exposure I need to become job ready. And 48% of you have given votes for I can't find a program with a fully comprehensive curriculum. And 16% of you have voted for I find it difficult to learn from pre-recorded videos. And 14% of you have voted for my work schedule won't allow me enough time for learning. That makes sense. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. That definitely gives us and our speaker an understanding of what are the challenges and concerns you might be facing. We'll be addressing them with the program preview. So introducing you to the full stack Java developer program. This master's program comes with a duration of 6 months, and we have a comprehensive curriculum with an industry aligned learning path. We'll be talking about the learning path in detail in the upcoming slides. And also, I think practical experience was one of the concerns, right? One of the biggest concerns. So for that, we have projects here which you can work on through the program. We'll be talking more about what are these integrated case studies and hands-on projects and how exactly they help you, give you that practical experience. And the format of the classroom is online live virtual classrooms, where you can also interact with your instructors and peers, and also yeah, learn together in that process. Yeah, help each other out. The duration for the program is 6 months, as I mentioned earlier, but you can just complete it by giving 5 to 10 hours per week of efforts here. Now moving on to the next slide here. So, Akash, if you can take us through how exactly this program builds the learners' full stack Java development skills step by step, starting with the welcome class, which happens for the full stack Java development program, and then moving on to the learning path here.
Yeah. So what happened now, guys, here now, when it come to the all about the planning and designing UI. So in this part, what we'll do now here now, we are going to give the idea about the front end side technologies are there that say HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Then depend upon the requirement, maybe React or Angular, or we introduce both also React and Angular are there now. So these are the completely come to front end sides are there. To repeat once again, this is like a planning and designing. We need to plan in agile. So assume that I'll give one simple example. I need to create one login page. I need to create one customer feedback page now. So that purpose we need to plan. We need to work on a agile. What type of page we need to create, all these things, right? The story we need to write it for that now. And then we need to start the designing part now. So designing part will do with the help of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Angular or React. I'll repeat, Angular or React now. After that, what happen now? Once you finish the front end part now, then we need something like a data structure and algorithms are there. Very important. Because when you are going to deal with the huge data, which is present in an organization, like a employee, customers, or orders, products are there now. That data we need to manage properly. Why need to manage properly? Because we want to apply some queries on the data now. We want to search it, we need to do sorting, we need to store it. So that time, main time complexity and the space is very, very important. So how to maintain those all, we cover all the data structures. Techniques are there now. So they will tell what are the different algorithm we are going to use algorithms. Then there are some stack, queue, linked list, array list, then some sorting and searching techniques will cover it now. So this will do using the JavaScript now. And then we'll go to the backend technology, A to Z backend and database development now. That's using the Java technology, where we're going to introduce the core Java, basic core Java concept, then the OOPS concept, object-oriented program using the Java technology, then exception handling topic, multi-threading, collection framework, and then database connectivity. Now to connect the database in Java, there are a lot of way we use. One other topic will cover JDBC, Java database connectivity, and database for us here in this course, MySQL database now. And after that, we will move to the web Spring framework now. Spring framework and Spring Boot. The Spring framework, there are a lot of modules are there now, which I can mention like a Spring Core is there, Spring Context is there, Spring MVC is there, Spring DO is there, Spring ORM is there, Spring Security is there. Okay, Spring Cloud is there. So what will happen now? Once you've done this part, you will learn how to create the RESTful API, right? We generally call REST API. And those REST API, we will tell you how to communicate within the front end side technology. That can be Angular, or can be React. And after this, all the cover part. And remember, after each module, we need to do section end project, or we can say course end project or section project. And after this, we need to do one capstone projects. And this capstone project is a industry level standards. Okay, so it is not same capstone project every batch is going to do. Depend upon the client requirements, we are going to change this all the projects depend upon the requirements. So that's capstone project. Front end your HTML, CSS, JavaScript, TypeScript, Angular or React, and your backend is what your Spring Boot now. And that you are going to deploy with the help of Docker, CI/CD tool on AWS cloud now. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Akash, for taking us through the learning path of the program. But also adding to that, talking about the electives. So in the electives, you get to learn all things integration and deployment. And also we have this in collaboration with IBM. So you get to basically also learn SQL and relational databases one-on-one. And also IBM's reactive architecture and reactive microservices. So electives here are part of the program, but they come as optional. So in case you want to take them up, we do not charge anything extra for them. It is up to you if you want to take them up. Now moving on to the tools, platforms, and libraries we are covering the program. So Akash, I think you have already mentioned a lot of these tools already, which are the most important tools and the importance of them. But maybe we can highlight some of the tools which are very important for a full stack Java developer.
Yeah,
Which
yes, yeah. So guys, already I mentioned these are the technology or tools we are going to learn in the journey. Remember, no? When I say the front end side technologies, which we can see HTML, CSS, JavaScript, which will come HTML5 here now. See CSS, this one. And these are React Angular. So this part we can say React Angular HTML5 CSS3, which will come from front end side now. After that front end, we will cover one of the testing tool, because once you develop the application, testing also very, very important. And here the Cucumber is one of the tool we are going to teach you how to do the testing pattern. And then what is happened now? We need to come to the backend side technologies are there now. So backend side technology, Java. Okay. So in a Java, JDBC, the Java model will come here now, Java, JDBC for the database connectivity, JSP Servlet. These are the model for create the web application. And after JSP Servlet, Spring Framework. So this is very important nowadays. Spring Framework and Spring Boot play very, very important role. Okay. So this is called backend side technology. And then while developing this application, one of the famous build tool we use as a Maven or maybe Gradle. So we are going to teach you Maven build tool to how to build the projects are there now. And Docker, that's a Docker, and the CI/CD tool Jenkins. That will, with the help of this one, you are going to deploy in a AWS. And database, we are going to cover the both the type of database. MySQL is a SQL database, and MongoDB NoSQL database. So these are the database part. This is Docker, Jenkins, Maven, DevOps tools are there now. Then Java, Core Java, JDBC, Servlet, JSP, Spring Boot, backend technology, where HTML5, CSS3, JavaScript, React, Angular, front-end side technologies are there. And in Java, to do the testing, we use the JUnit 5. Even JUnit is there, or even the Spring Boot testing also will cover on that now. Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking us through the tools, platforms, libraries, and also I think talking about the projects which are covered in the program, Akash. So I think one of the biggest concern when we ask them what are the challenges they are facing when it comes to pursuing a career in full stack Java development, they have highlighted the practical experience part. So first of all, what exactly are these capstone projects and how exactly are they helpful in showcasing the practical experience for the person?
Now, see, when I see the main point, what happened now, guys, now, a lot of time people will tell I have knowledge about the Java technology, but when you're going to attend the interview, what is happening now? They always ask the real-time projects. Okay, what type of project you develop now? For some people, maybe they're good in a front-end side, they're not good in back-end side. Some people they're good in a Java side or back-end side, but not good in a front-end side. For some people, once they've done their graduation or they're working on industry, they're not able to express themselves properly because they're lagging on some basic steps of them. So after the course cover, where you're going to tell how the flow will execute from front end to back end now. So the front end like a USI technology, which I already mentioned, and back end out Java and database connectivity. So how the real-time application going to develop? And these are the project is not same for every batches, depend upon the IBM organization or virtual organization which I have done now. So they will give the real-time problem statement for us now, and based upon that problem statements, we are going to start the develop the projects for them. So in a live session, we will give some idea how we'll start working on a from back end to front end, and we will give one problem statements. We need to develop that projects are there. So that's a valuable in industry.
Thank you so much for taking us through that. Now, also talking about the industry trends. So, what exactly is happening? I think I've already shown you the demand as of now, what are the number of jobs available. So, the global task management software market stood at USD 1.7 billion in 2023 and is projected to reach USD 4.5 billion by 2026. And also in terms of industry growth, we have seen 13% CGR estimated growth by 2026, and yeah, 30% increase in job demand as well. Now talking about the annual salary of a software developer here. So this is just to give you an estimate here. It starts with a minimum of 70,000 USD dollars and goes to an average of $77,000 and can go up to a max of $85,000 as well. Again, these are average numbers. It can be more than that as well. So yeah. And talking about the eligibility and requisites of the program, I think I've gotten a few questions about that. So let me just clarify. So who all can take up this program? So you need to have a basic understanding of programming and mathematics, and you need to have any technical degree or equivalent such as a BTech, MTech, or a degree in engineering, bachelor's or a bachelor's or a master's in computer science. And for taking up this program, no work experience is required. But in case you have any kind of work experience, obviously it acts as a plus, right? So if you have worked anywhere, it definitely gives you that professional experience, which you definitely can take advantage of anywhere you. Now moving on to the learning environment of the program. So I'll be quickly sharing my screen and showing you the learning environment of the program. So let me just quickly go to the learning management system of the program. So yeah, this is the learning management system provided by Simplilearn for the full stack Java developer master's program, where all the things we have covered you will be able to see here. So you can see how you can basically see your progress here and how you can unlock the certificate. You need to complete at least 65% to unlock the certificate or pass at least 2 course in projects from 2 different courses. And the courses and the learning path, which we have already covered, starts with an induction. And also you can see, I think one of the concerns, right, which when we did that poll, what are the challenges you're facing? So you are not interested in just learning from pre-recorded videos, right? So we actually have a blend of live classes and self-learning videos and labs as well, which give you that hands-on experience. If we talk, let me do one thing. Let me maybe just open one of them, and maybe let's open this back in one. Just to inform you that it might be a possibility that the videos might not be visible to us because there's a current ongoing cohort, and that is why. So yeah, so I'm just open one of the sections for you of the learning path, A to Z of backend and database development, where you can see the self-learning videos here. If I click on them, and self-learning is a section here, which you can see the syllabus here, and I think let me just play one of them for you here. Yeah, let me just play it. Yeah, just to give you an overview.
Loops and chessboard. Hello and welcome. In this discussion, you will learn how to use loops. In Java, you have while loop, do while loop, and the for loop, which you can use to write certain statements that can be repeated. Let's get started. Open the Eclipse IDE in the Package Explorer. Do a right click and create a new Java product. Name it as session number 5. Create the first file here. This is a new class with the name while loop, and create a main method inside.
So yeah, this is just an example of the self-learning videos. Again, like these are just to basically give you an understanding of the basic concepts here before you go and join the live classes. And here, as I mentioned, the live classes are not visible because there's an ongoing cohort, and the upcoming cohort is what we're talking about. So just to give an example, the available classes will be visible here. As this is a global program, the classes timings will be according to basically a global learning audience here. And once you basically opt for the classes, and you can see the upcoming classes here. And in case you want to go through the recording of the classes which are written, you'll be able to find in the past classes here. Now, going towards the assessment here. I think Akash has already mentioned the importance of the test and test here and assessments here. You can see that there are multiple options which you can go and basically you'll have to complete, and also there are reference materials, FSD lab guide, ebooks, practice, for everything, and then there are practice labs present in all the learning paths. So Akash, what exactly are these practice labs? If you can just quickly share your comment here.
Yeah, so in a practice lab, what will happen now when the people join, maybe they're using different OS now. Actually, when I say Java full stack, this all the technologies are open source now. So what we'll do here now, some people are using window or non-window, which can Mac, Unix or Linux or Ubuntu. So we need to guide for every participants to install the required software. We need to set some path. We need to guide them to download the Eclipse ID, VS Code. It takes more time now. That was what we done now. We will created a virtual lab, which is a non-window Ubuntu, and they're all required software that course, like you can say like a course one. We're going to teach the UI side technology. So for UI, we need the browser is required and VS Code is required. Okay, to develop the applications are then and Node.js is required now. So if you go to the course two, if you're going to teach in Java, what are things we required for that? So everything, all latest version software already pre-installs are there now. So no need to do anything now. But sometime depend upon the batch, some participants will ask us now, can you do installation in our personal laptop? Then we'll tell yes now. Because some people who already work in an organization, they don't have permission to install some softwares are there now. So that purpose is a common platform to do all pre-installed softwares now. But second option we'll give them also, if anyone interested to install the required software, we'll guide them now.
Well, that's pretty convenient, as you mentioned, for folks who, who are working professionals or, we have few limitations in terms of getting all the softwares here. So lab definitely helps. And there are caption projects as well. As we have already talked about the caption projects part, this also has a live classes in self-learning and labs, provision here. And similarly, you'll be able to find the live classes here, assessment here, or the Caltech, coding bootcamp project here, and the practice labs as well. So similarly, all the learning paths have the practice labs as well. So, moving on to the electives here. So we have already talked about the electives. And you can basically see the electives we have in partnership with IBM, and you can basically see the JFST or learn all things integration deployment. This also has a blend of live and self-learning. Again, the live classes will be of maximum number of hours here. Self-learning videos are just for your reference, just to basically cover basics here. And also we have a self-help section available here, where you can immediately go to the help section, and this will be available 24/7. So you can go and chat with us and share any requirement you have related to certificate, labs, projects, assessment, live classes, any issues you might be facing with the learning management system. And you should be able to get a response, within few minutes. So yeah, this is just to sum up the learning management system of the program. Also, quickly wanted to show you the basically program page as well. I'll share the scan code where you can go and basically go and download the program syllabus as well. So this is the full stack Java Development Masters program we're talking about. This is in collaboration with IBM. I've already shown you in the program duration is of 6 months. The format is online bootcamp, and all the things which are covered in the program. You can see this is the certificate you'll be receiving as well. This will be for full stack Java developer, and your name will be here for the master's program by Simplilearn. And you can see the learner details here, and the skills covered, the tools covered, which we have already talked about, and there are some 20 plus hands-on projects, including these projects as well, which give you that practical experience which you can work on, which also has a live classes format. And then there are learner reviews as well, for this program. So I see Akshay has shared that after graduation, I was unsure about my next steps. And during my research, he basically found Simplilearn's full stack Java developer course. And they provided online live classes, self-learning resources, and recorded videos for revision. And after completing the certification, the placement process began. And within 2 months, he got a job. Manish Machayas shares that he was looking for a new job with a better salary and position. So he knew that he needed to upskill, and his experience with Simplilearn was very good. And each topic was innovative, interesting, and with quality content. After completing the full stack Java developer course, he landed a new job with Neo Geo Info Technologies with a 30% salary hike. Now, these are just a few of the learner reviews. I'm just taking you through among thousands of them for the program. And yeah, like I think you might have questions about when is the cohort and what is the fee. I'll be sharing about that. But moving on to the slide back, and sharing the learner outcomes. We have already talked about a few of the learner outcomes and alumni, what are they seeing. But interestingly, the previous classes of learners have consisted of learners coming from excellent organizations like Amazon, Microsoft, EY, VMware, Infosys, Dell, just to name a few of them, and many more. And diverse industries like software product, IT, BFSI, telecommunication, and many others here. And also, what exactly you'll be getting from the program. This is sum up all the things we have talked about quickly. You'll be getting a full stack Java developer certificate from Simplilearn. You can see here for the master's program, and you get to work on 20 plus hands-on projects, on integrated labs, Capstone projects in 4 different domains. And also, we can see we also provide job assistance here for the program. So with this, we would love to know, are you interested in enrolling into the full stack Java developer master's program? I'm launching a quick poll here, which says, would you like to enroll into the program? You can share your response as yes for sharing your interest. After this, I'll be quickly taking you through the enrollment steps. What exactly happens after this? What is the program fee? When is the next upcoming cohort? Also, we have installment options available as well in case we are not able to pay the fee altogether. So we have partnered up with a lot of, basically installment partners here. You can offer EMI options as well. So I'll just give you an overview of that quickly, and also you can scan the program code for downloading the syllabus for your reference later on. If you have any questions for the Simplilearn's learning consultants, when they reach out to you, they will be able to help you out with any questions you might have. So let's give it like 10-15 seconds more. I see most of you have responded. You guys folks are pretty quick here. And I see the questions. We have gotten plenty of questions in the Q&A box, and Akash has been actively addressing your questions here. A really good time to ask your question as well, and because we'll be moving on to the Q&A part of the session pretty quickly here after the enrollment steps. So last 10 seconds for the poll here. And also folks who are watching us live on our YouTube channel, I see a lot of you responding yes there on the chat. Make sure that you on the live chat, if you're watching us live currently, you'll be able to see the link of the same program page which I've shown you for the full stack Java developer master's program from Simplilearn. So you can click on the link which you see on the top of the YouTube live chat box. It will take you to the same program page, and you can share your few basic details, for the learning consultants from Simplilearn to reach out to you and take you through the same enrollment steps which I'll be sharing after this. And folks who are watching us later on our YouTube channel, you can click on the description, and on the top you will see the link towards basically enrollment. Similarly, the program page link, and you can share your few basic details for sharing your interest towards enrollment as well. So, yeah. Awesome. I see most of you have responded for the poll. So last 5 seconds here. So are you interested in enrolling into the full stack Java developer master's program from Simplilearn? And you can respond as yes on the poll which is launched right now. And we'll be closing the poll in the next 5 seconds. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me quickly end the poll. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your interest. You folks are pretty quick here. And I see a lot of interest towards enrollment. So let me just quickly take you through the enrollment steps of the program. So these are 3 simple, easy steps you'll have to follow now that you've shared your interest towards enrollment. And these are the 3 simple, easy steps the learning consultants from Simplilearn will also, make you follow for enrolling into the program. So the step 1 here is you'll have to submit an application. You will have to apply at askus@simplilearn.net. Step 2 here is you'll have to, your application will be going for review. So based on the qualifications, eligibility and requisite, which I've shared with you earlier, your basically application will be reviewed based on that. And the step 3 is here is the learning consultants from Simplilearn will reach out to you with the admissions offer. And talking about the program schedule here. So the next welcome session is going to take place on July 16th. And the cohort for this particular class is going to start on August 3rd. And there are a few more cohorts available, even the current one, but it is mostly filled. So you can check out in the scan code, which I'll be sharing after this. And you can also nudge this to the learning consultants as well, which cohort you're interested in taking up. And now talking about the fee here. So for US candidates, the fee here is $1,449 including GST. And for Indian candidates, the fee here is 40,000 INR rupees including the GST. I'll be sharing the scan code. You can check out the fee for your own region as well, because I'm aware that you folks have joined from different parts of the world. And also, even after the webinar, if you need more assistance, you can reach out to us at askus@simplilearn.net. I'll share that email ID in the chat here. You can just keep a note of it and reach out to us. Now, moving on to the Q&A. You can, before we start the Q&A, this is the scan code for the program page. Please scan this and it will take you to the program page of Full Stack Java Developer Masters program. And that is where you can go and download the syllabus as well for your reference later, in case you want to ask any questions to the learning consultants from Simplilearn about the program. So that will be really helpful for you. So please scan this and please save this for yourself to download the brochure. And also you can expect mail from us related to the program, all the details in that as well. So in case you want to go through it again. So yeah, Akash, I see most of the questions have already been answered. So thank you so much for that. First of all, for actively answering those questions in the Q&A box. And folks, this is a really good time. If you have any questions, we have few minutes left. We can quickly take up these questions. So Akash, the questions which I've already answered, would you like to pick up few questions and address them as well? For
Yeah.
learners, it's really helpful. Yep. Let me quickly see questions here. I see one question here in Spring Boot, what is needed to be learned? So I think you have already addressed this, that all Spring related modules like IOC, DI, Spring Core, Spring Context, Spring MVC, Spring REST, DAOs, ORM, security, cloud, and still more. And is it useful for a first year student? As the eligibility criteria says that you need to have a bachelor's degree. But definitely, like if you're exploring full stack Java development, you can definitely start at any age. There's no certain age for that. But the criteria for this program is you need to have a bachelor's degree. There are other courses you can explore as well on the Simplilearn's website. So in case you are still studying, so that's not a problem. I'll share the link here on the chat just shortly. And also, let's see what other questions do we have. I see one question here. All those apps you are showing are the requirements to learn in order to become a full stack developer, or can we choose one of each? We can. So Akash has replied here that we can start back end to front end, or vice versa, but advisable from front end to back end. I see some Sai has replied that I'm a fresher and I don't have any experience. That is totally okay. This program does not require for you to have an experience. You can start off. You just need to have a bachelor's degree. And yeah, we need to basically, I think Akash has replied, need to start learning the technologies. And this program is really helpful for that as well. I see Shehzad here has asked that how can we find the curriculum and further details about the program? For that, Shehzad, you can scan this code on the screen which you see, and it will take you to the program page where you can download the brochure and program syllabus there. I hope that helps. I have no idea where to start. I see Priyadarshini is asking, and I want a perfect path. I'm so confused in Java and have future. Can I start learning today to be a professional? Yeah, you can. I think Akash has already replied. Okay, a lot more questions here. I see one question here as a financial analyst that is considering learning Java. What would your advice be? How can I combine the two career as in how can I apply for Java and its technology to financial activities? Yeah, both can be used together. That is a reply there. Okay, awesome. I see most of the responses on the Q&A box here. Folks, please go and quickly check out the responses here. And please let us know if you have any follow-up questions. Meanwhile, I will be moving on towards the end of the program. So I would quickly like to thank Akash here, for being a wonderful expert and, taking us through the blueprint of the full stack Java developer career and also the master's program with Simplilearn. Akash, would you like to say something to the folks here before we end the session?
I'm answering those all. I'm checking those all the questions. And
Sure.
yeah. Right.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining. Now, moving on to the reading of the session. So I'll be launching the webinar certificate poll for folks who have stayed till the end for the webinar certificate for attending the webinar. So that will be after the rating of the session. So just quickly launching this poll for rating. We would like to know how satisfied are you with the content of the session, and you can rate us out of 5, 5 being the excellent if you like the session. So you can rate us 5 as well. And yeah, I'll just give 5 to 10 seconds for this poll, and we will move on to the webinar certificate poll for your full name. So we can personalize the certificate and send it to you. Also, you will be receiving a mail for the recording of the session, which in case you have missed anything, you can go through the recording of the session once again. And yeah, folks who have shared their interest towards enrollment, you can go and download the syllabus using the scan code which I've shown on the screen. If you want, I can show it again, let me know on the chat. And also, you can highlight any questions you have to us either at mail after the webinar at askus@simplilearn.net. Let me quickly share that with you on the chat here as well. You can make a note of it and drop us your query there. And if you want to explore other programs as well, so for that as well. So please do that. So someone from Simplilearn, can reach out to you and help you with that. I'm just sharing details here. I've shared the details in the chat here. I see most of you have responded for the rating poll here. So last 5 seconds for the poll here, folks. How satisfied are you with the content of the session? So you can rate us out of 5, 5 being the highest. If you had a good experience, if your questions got answered. And yeah, I'll be ending the poll in the next 5 seconds. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for your response. This definitely helps us. Now moving on to the certificate poll here. So I'll be launching the poll here, and the poll will require your full name. So I've just launched the poll. So to receive a proof of attendance for this webinar, you'll have to enter your full name as you wish for it to appear on the e-certificate. So you can quickly go and enter it on the poll which is launched. This is for only for the folks who have joined us, registered for the webinar and joined us on Zoom. Yeah, and this is how the certificate is going to look like. Folks who have joined from your laptop or desktop, you'll be able to see the poll basically in front of you. It should pop up, and folks who have joined us from their mobile, you should be able to see that in the options there. So yeah, you'll have to basically click on the options section there. Yeah, I think we have shared, right? Like folks are already sharing these certificates and screen grabs of the session, insights of the session. So you can also share that. You can share it with your network and tag us Simplilearn handle, and also Akash Kali, our expert. And I'm just sharing details on the chat here. And we have a hashtag which you can use, which is growing like anything. Folks, we have gotten a good amount of folks who are already following it. And yeah, with this hashtag, you can see what folks are posting on LinkedIn and how they are sharing the certificate and insights about these webinars. And they're getting a lot of support from the network. And you can also go and support them by clicking on this hashtag and following it, and going checking out the post and connecting with a lot of similar-minded folks. So yeah, I see most of you have responded for the webinar certificate poll. So last 5 seconds. Folks who have already filled it can leave the session. So it's totally okay. So yeah, last 5 seconds for the webinar certificate poll. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me quickly end the poll. Thank you so much. Thank you for for being an amazing audience, first of all, and thank you for your amazing interesting questions in the Q&A box. And yeah, we would love to know how was the session for you. So once I end the session, you will get a pop-up on Zoom which will say post webinar survey, and it will just ask you one question. So what can we do to make our webinars better? And also, in case you have any suggestions on topics, or things you would like for us to see cover in these webinars, you can let us know by submitting your topic suggestions there, because our team actually actively looks into the suggestions you give, and we come up with many of these interesting webinars for you to help you out in any way possible we can. I'm also sharing the early access of all the webinars which are upcoming. You can click on this link and join the excitement of these live master classes. If you're exploring and if you want to explore other category webinars, so we have lined up for you. You can click on this link and it'll take you to the upcoming classes. Sorry, not classes, webinars and live sessions, and you can basically explore that. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you once again. And I will be ending the session now. And thank you so much for being an amazing audience. Have a good night, good day, good evening, wherever you're joining us from. Thank you so much. Thank you. I see one message here, Jivita. Jivita, I'm dropping you an email here. Please drop me the query there, because we have to end the session now. You can drop us an email here. I've replied to you. And please drop us a mail there and let us know what your query is, because after ending the session, we have another session lined up. So thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.